I'm Brother Philip Munalo, Osia from the Order of St. Augustine. I would like to welcome you. We reflect together on the theme of happiness and freedom. What is happiness and what is freedom? How do we understand happiness and how do we understand freedom? Because happiness and freedom are the two main desires of human heart. Every person desires to be happy. By this I mean every person wants to be loved, wants to feel secure, and wants to be at peace and to experience the goodness. But every person also desires to be free, to live without coercion or constraint, spontaneously alive in action and choice. The concept of freedom, however, is the secular view of the meaning of happiness and freedom. The worldly idea of freedom fits snugly in consumer culture in which we are immersed, with its preferred promises, enduring happiness, beauty, and longevity. Every person desires to have larger homes, bigger cars, luxury upon luxury. And what people think brings happiness. We are led to believe that happiness is having everything that we want, and freedom is the ability to attain our desires. This may work for some people who are skillful in accumulating wealth, but the truth is, real and true happiness and freedom have little to do with material things or living without constraint. What we should know as Christians is that true happiness has everything to do with God, who is the source of all that exists. Having to live in communion with God. According to St. Augustine, we human beings are moved by what he calls, in quotes, loves. As he received his inspiration from Romans chapter 13, verse 13 to 14, and I quote, "Let us conduct ourselves properly as in the day, not in orgies and drunkenness, not in promiscuity and licentiousness, not in rivalry and jealousy, but put the Lord Jesus Christ and make no provision for the desires of flesh." St. Augustine is very clear and is telling us that the true happiness comes from God. Some people come to realize the true happiness and freedom only when they can no longer depend on material things to fulfill their desires, such as when illness strikes, or when they lose their loved ones, or when natural disaster destroys all their possessions. Others never find happiness because they are too much enmeshed in themselves and enslaved by personal desires. But for those who are willing to walk by faith, happiness can be found by seeking the will of God, and to be sincere, true happiness can only be found in God. St. Augustine is very clear. And in his book of Confession, he says, "Our hearts are restless until they rest in God." Thank you very much. May God bless you.